roasted. My nigga, you just got roasted.
Well, self-preservation comes first, and your safety is paramount. It's not snitching when you're trying to protect yourself. So report it. Go to someone, tell someone. You know, you don't have to give any names, you don't have to point anyone. Just say that I feel that my life is in danger and that you need to be removed from this situation.
To me, a snitch is a person that tells to either get you in trouble or to get some type of gain from it. Now, if something happens to me and I report it, I'm not snitching, I'm trying to get help.
Don't be afraid to speak to the staff. You know, this is your life, you know, at stake. People say, well, that's snitching. You know, is it really snitching when it comes to your life?
If my life is being threatened and, you know, there's no other way around it but to let someone know that my life is threatened, okay, well, then that's what has to be done, because I like to continue it.
Don't be afraid to tell, really. And you don't have to tell a CO if you feel like that's snitching. You could tell anybody. Tell another inmate, tell an OMH person, tell a counselor, an ORC, tell your teacher. You can tell anybody, but tell somebody.
If you feel uncomfortable about something and you don't say anything, it gives him a green light to continue. And when he refused,
Most people ignore online ads the way they ignore rape culture. We choose to hit skip. We act like it doesn't exist. But ignoring rape culture the way you ignore online ads doesn't make it go away. See? It's still here.
Serious discussion time. What do you do when someone tells you that they've been sexually assaulted or raped? First step, deep breath. Because of the work that I do around sexual violence, people disclose to me quite a lot, and I always like to start by pausing to collect my thoughts. First, I usually like to say something like, thank you for sharing that with me. I know that this kind of stuff isn't easy to talk about, and I want to be here for you through this. And saying the right things when someone discloses isn't quite as important as just being supportive and being there for them. There's no perfect way to respond. That said, there are some things that are extra helpful. Firstly, believe them and make sure that they know that you do. It's really hard to come forward about sexual violence, and many survivors are not believed. This makes people feel more shame, and it keeps sexual violence invisible in our communities. Remind them that it's not their fault. Suggesting that they caused this to happen is really damaging. It's called victim blaming, and it can be subtle, asking what they were wearing, or why they were over that person's house, or why they were so drunk. But none of those questions is relevant because nobody ever. Listening is always a good thing, but here it is especially important. Strive to be affirming through their process of recovery. Sometimes that process takes a very long time.
Ways that just reinforces this stereotype. For example, many studies have found that males and females perform similarly in math tests, but when females swing to ask to report their gender at the top of a math test before they start, their performance is worse.
So basically, just like the math stuff, we're seeing how people's gender-based attitudes are creating real-world differences in girls' performance, but also their interests and their behaviors too, right?
There's something called implicit bias that comes into play in a big way. Now, implicit bias is our bias that we have in our judgment and behavior towards people that we don't even realize we have.
That could do some damage. It's important to take care of yourself and protect your friends' privacy all at once.
In the 80s, some orchestras introduced blind auditions where candidates would audition behind a screen to conceal their gender. Following this, the number of female musicians in the top 5 orchestras in the United States jumped by 20%.
Visit lookdifferent.org.
And it's not just a gender thing either. This spans across various social groups as well.
Yeah, it does. And there's actually studies that have looked into tipping in restaurants. And in a lot of them, they found that both black and white customers in restaurants tip white servers more than black servers, even when people rated that they were happier with the black servers more.
This actually reminds me of the elections too. I don't know if you're following it, but there's recently this big outcry again that hurry, is always screaming and shouting when she's just talking. And to me, that says that gender stereotypes have a real effect on how we see what's going on in front of our very eyes.
Yeah, and to me that seems really unfair because when you think about it, all of the candidates perform in the same way. They perform in the same way.
Even for me, it's one of the busiest times of the year.
Looking for differences in this person because we kind of